Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? And I hope you're really enjoying this week's fair, because last week's maps, well, it was technically the worst week we've ever had in terms of total stars given out. I mean, we started off alright. Monday's map was pretty damned good, with lots of hidden Easter eggs, and worth checking out if you haven't already seen it, The Great Divide by Hendrik. But after that, it kind of went downhill and really ended with a bum note the last couple of maps last week. This week, it's been pretty damned good. But Thursdays is where things can go a little bit pear-shaped, because the standards from yesteryear were a little bit lower. Well, not so much today, not so much. Yes, it is Throwback Thursday, the day when we go back over 12 months and usually sometimes 24 months to, well, prehistoric times with the workshop. Anyway, today's map is Sacramento, San Joaquin Delta by Akita Builds. And there's your start square. There's no highway connection, but there are roads running through, although I've got a feeling that you're going to have to do some road working. Oh, look at that patchwork for resource painting. Boom, love it in your face. That was Arid Beauty is the theme. We are using the catenary replacer and having no catenaries. Network Extensions Project is the required mod, but of course that is Network Extensions 2 now. There are a few other trees, and Network Skins is also required, and there's a little bit of reading, but it's more sales pitch than it is required reading, but it's nice to read. Anyway, I've got the fog switched off today so that you can see the connections, the outside connections. There are only 2 highway connections, this and the other end when we get there. There are a lot of other roads that make an outside connection but do not actually connect by design. So most of your, well, all of your road traffic will be coming in via this route that we're looking at now. Now this particular map, as you can tell, is pretty flat. Pretty damned flat. Now there is a bit of a detailing issue that I take issue with, and that is when the map doesn't have the same name as the workshop name. Because you go to load up and you go, right, Sacramento. Oh, can't find it. Ah, maybe it's under San Joaquin Delta. Nope, can't find it. And so you then go back to the workshop to find out who it was who created. I'm just giving you a bit of a look at it. You don't need me to tell you what we were doing there. You go back to the workshop and find out who made it, and you go, oh, Akita Builds, and then you go and search for Akita Builds in the content manager, and oh, there you go. It is California Delta. Is the workshop? Sorry, is the actual map name when you go to try and find it in your load game or nude game? Nude game? Nude game? New game. Goodness me. What have I got on my mind today? I have no idea. Yeah, another nice intersection there, all slick flowing. Very American, open plains and lots of farming going on, and just basically a highway running right the way through it. Another nice little intersection here. This is the main one. Quite tidy, if I say so myself. Quite like it. So yes, what were we saying? Yes, so when if you choose to take on this map and you go to load it up, it's under California and not under Sacramento. It's a minor niggle. But it did add maybe a couple of minutes to my particular gameplay. Oh, coming up to the exterior here, and no fog. What shall we? Yeah, we'll look at some of the other roads. Like I say, there's a big network of these national roads and dirt track type roads, and also footpaths marking out the fields. We've got a lot of that going on, which you kind of expect. I don't have any problem with it. It's nice and tidy, and it's nice and clear and clean. It's very clean, this map. And some nice tidy detailing all over. Tidy, if not outstanding. And yeah, we've got some places there, footpaths like this, marking out the fields, which is nice and tidy and clear. The rail, you're going to find no problems with the rail, obviously. We'll follow it along and have a look. So yeah, I do have a bit of a minor problem. Oh, and I hope you appreciate the fog switched off for today. I hope you appreciate it. It worked for me. Anyway, yeah, no catenaries because the catenary. I was going by the screenshots and they had the catenary switched off, so that's what I've done. It doesn't say in the instructions that I noticed, but I've just kind of like done what it appears is required to be done. Yes, it's a very nice, big, wide, open, plain kind of map. In the description it says, yeah, maybe lots of small towns, although there's room to build a big city in the central, what we're going to call island. It's not really an island, it's marked out by the rivers, outlined by the rivers. So I guess it's an island because you've got to go across rivers to get to it, but it's not really an island in the form of an island map, of course. This is pretty smooth and slick, if I say so. A little bit of tree glitching through there, but I think we can ignore that. It looks like it's just coming through the side railings. I think it's glitching slightly, but it's minor. This is pretty cool. This is high enough to allow shipping underneath, and then the slow drop down on the other side, and that is pretty fine with me. Thank you very much. This is, like I say, for a Throwback Thursday map, for an older map. Yes, it's clean, it's tidy. The detailing's pretty reasonable as well. I mean, we haven't seen any major faults yet, have we? Oh, we haven't seen anything that makes you pop and go, "Oh, I like that." But there's a lot of it which is way above the average. So 4-star detailing mostly, I would suggest. Yeah, we've still got some way to go. I'm sure we might find some major glitches and bugs which can bring us down. Or maybe something really nice that will take us back up. Oh, speaking of really nice, look at this. Look at this. Now this is pretty slick. Rail under road. Very tidy. Ooh, I'm tempted now. Ooh, temptation. Where were we? Oh yes, following the rail. Right, well there's not going to be too much to say after this. Oh, we're going to split here. Shall we take a right, I think. Shall we take a right? Yeah. Not much going on over that way. We'll take the right. Yes. So, well, we'll do the. If you don't know how the show works, we'll have an asset review. Hang on. We're doing the rail BonBonB. Oops. Oops. I don't know where I went there. Yes. We've got an asset review coming up. We're going outside of America for the asset review. And then the theme and LUT, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at some other things on this map. And then decide if it's any good and if it's the sort of map that you want to do your next city build on. But as for now, say goodbye and we'll go and do an asset review. And off to Assetville and Asset Corner, where the Japanese have been busy. That's Matsumoto Castle by BonBonB. Yes, it sprung up overnight, this little thing. They were busy. That's a busy little beavers, the old Japanese there. It's lovely. I had to do a little bit of research as well. I didn't want to insult anybody by saying it was Chinese or Korean or Thai. Nope, it's definitely Japanese. Matsumoto Castle. It's a nice design. It's a nice structure. If you've got a Chinatown, then maybe this is a really good centerpiece. You imagine this in a little plaza in the middle of Chinatown of your city. I think this is a good ad. Certainly a very nice design as well. So yes, thank you very much, BonBonB. You've done yourself proud there. It's Matsumoto Castle by BonBonB, and I like it. I do. Oh, hey. Let's head over to Themington Island for we're going into dusk now. I was asked the other day, why are we not going into the dead of night and dusk instead? Well, you need the light. Yeah, you want something with the lights on, and that mid light is probably the trickiest lighting of all. So yes, the mid lights. Plus, you can get a bit of a sunset going on as well. So anyway, Stray Cats Territory Planes, Trains and Automobiles by Rafa with Corn William Lutt. And today's factoids, we've got a couple for you. The minute hand first appeared on watches in 1670, which is 5:10, I do believe. Think about it. At the court of King James I, young ladies went bare-breasted as a sign of virginity. Today they go bare-breasted as a sign of selfies. Not that I've ever seen one of those. I've read it somewhere, but I think I read it on Reddit. Anyways, oh dear. Send me your... No, don't send me your selfies. Please do not send me your selfies. I know what us game players are like, and we are kind of not so photogenic normally. Which is why you never ever see my face. It's all voice. Shipping routes. This is obviously a shipping route right down the middle of the main river. This is the main river. It goes through the bridge there, and there's just about plenty of room for cruisers to get underneath there and the shipping to go through on either side. I've not recorded any footage of the water flow. There is a problem with the water flow. There is some water flow on this main river pushing in from each end towards the middle, but it's very weak. And all these side rivers, all the little side rivers, there's hardly anything at all. Right, if we come down to ground level and have a look at some of the detailing of the farms, how about that? Yes, so water flow is a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. The only place that there is a little bit of water movement is over here in this thing here. You actually see the water chopping around as it's spawning out. I think this is meant to be paddy fields here, but it looks a little bit deep. Oh, and we've got a little bit of glitching, a little bit of mantle going on there. Oh dear. Oh dear, I thought it was going so well, you know. So well. But yes, if it's paddy fields, it looks a little bit on the rough side. Nice and easy. Rice and easy. Yes. All of these rivers are virtually still. There's hardly any motion at all there. So, yes, think very carefully. Maybe use custom assets, possibly, for your sewage. I know it's kind of cheating a little bit. This is the main island I was talking about for building your city within this area here. Certainly a pretty good place. Sorting out some transport network to get the traffic over to there, that's going to be a bigger issue. I'm sure you guys are going to have fun doing that, you know. It's kind of like a blank canvas for that. Yes, no hills. Some of you do like hills to force you to build in certain ways. But for a big American-style flat state city, then I think this is not a bad map for that. Sacramento, San Joaquin Delta by Akita Builds. Aesthetically, it's pretty nice, especially for an older map. I'm going to give it, straight off the bat, 4 stars. Detailing, I'm hovering between 3 and 4, you know. There are a few little bit of glitches, but I think overall the standards are pretty high. There's nothing glaringly horrible with this map, so I'm going to give that 4 stars as well. The gameplay potential, I think the water flow is a bit of a killer, especially if you want to play vanilla, plus the way that the fields are painted kind of draws away from the realism for that kind of thing. I think it kind of draws me, it distracts me as much as anything. I'm going to give it 3 stars for gameplay, but some of you will love it. Sacramento, San Joaquin Delta by Akita Build. Today's, well, Throwback Thursday map. Anyway, thank you very much everybody for watching, for commenting, for liking and subscribing. Please stick a comment down below, just even if it's to say hi, I enjoy the show, or hi, you wind me up, your English accent, I don't understand what you're saying, can you learn to speak German? And I'll come back in about a decade and still won't be able to speak a word of it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for another What map and a Friday Fever.